Well, guys, how are you? How are things doing? How are we going? How is old BATJAC? Welcome to Shotguns and Coffee. Kind of came up with that. How about that? Wonder if you guys will like it. I don't know. How is this? How is Arizona treating me? Arizona is treating me well, per se. It's a great state. As a gun lover, as a gun enthusiast, whatever you want to call it. I guess some people call us nuts. But in that note, you know, they say, you know, you gun nuts. You know, they call us a gun nut. But I've met more kind people, more polite people, more true red-blooded American people that are gun nuts, per se. And I will take those people over some of the other people that exist out there any day, because it's I find myself that the people that are very anti are the most scariest. Honestly, they're the most scariest people. They're some of the most vile people. But anyway, so yeah, I'm having my coffee and I got my shotgun and some shotgun shells. Ironically, when I went out to buy some ammo for this thing, I wanted the specifically the Remington brand because they're green. I always thought that was neat. You know, see that there? I don't know why. I just thought that was super cool. Something about that. But yeah, I got the old Winchester 97. It's a cool shotgun. Always wanted one of these things, and actually I was going to get ready to do a video coming up on the main channel, bucket list guns. And I know some people say, what the, you know, they kind of take that in at first, that what is a bucket list gun? Well, we all know kind of the term bucket list and what that kind of means. Jack Nicholson and Morgan Freeman did a movie called Bucket List. Good movie. But bucket list guns, I always had that in my mind, you know. So I was going to go ahead and do a video on the main channel. That would be BATJAC J.W. and do that. But I was also stewing around with an idea, since there's a lot of you that follow this channel, and there's a lot of followers for JW's radio, which is I know it gets confusing because you're tuned into Combat 86 radio show, and then there's a radio, and then I talk about a radio, JW's radio thing that I do on the main channel. That's BATJAC J.W. It's kind of weird, but I know there's a lot of followers. In fact, JW's radio every Saturday morning has caught on so much that it's kind of, I never imagined it to even span as far as it did. But it's kind of neat. I like it. I wanted to, I guess the whole point of me doing that was to add a human side to the channel, to give you guys this guy to relate to. You know, it keeps you coming back, gets you a little bit more personal with the guy, you know, on camera here, and of course inviting a lot of friends. And so speaking of friends, in which you know, kind of talking a little bit about back home, I was going to do a video on, I guess, you know, all those I left behind when I moved from Hawaii to this state. But that'll be a future video right here on this channel and everything, so I wanted to do that. But this is just kind of a, you could almost say it's similar to the Saturday morning JW radio, but it's, I guess I don't really have a set program for this. I guess these shotgun and coffee and a shotgun will just kind of pop up. But, and I'll just jabber and talk about some stuff and what I think. Old Arizona is, I guess you could say this is a state that it's like everything that I really enjoy is here. The Western stuff, cowboy stuff, all the really cool sites that you can go see that is still there. For say, when we went out to the Fort Lowell park area where there's actually the adobe buildings and stuff are still there. Thanks to old Santee showing me those places, and Santee's been a really great help in showing me a lot of the history here, which I'm very interested in. That's the kind of history I like, especially history like Old Tucson Studios, where that place, I mean, that was like a big part of me coming here was Old Tucson Studios. Being as big of a fan of John Wayne as I am, that place is magical. It's really hard to believe I've been out here since January and it's now March, and I've only been to Old Tucson Studios once since I've been here. It almost seems that something wrong with that, so I think I better go back out there. It doesn't take much to get me to go back there. I could probably go there more often than most people, because it's you know, think about that. Santee and I were talking about that when we were there. Now I went there pretty much the second day I was here. I flew in Friday and I was there Saturday. How about that? Him and I were talking while we were there, and said, I asked him, I said, how many of these people that are here, you know, a lot of it is a tourist attraction, nothing wrong with that, but I said, how many of these people that are actually here even know what this place really is? He says, probably not many. And to me, it's, you know, it's not, if it was just a cowboy town, you know, that they just built as an attraction, fine, you know, it's what it is. It would be a cool place to kind of go once in a while. But for what it really is, it's the site, it's the on-site location where they filmed movies I grew up loving. You know, Rio Bravo, you got El Dorado, Rio Lobo, McClintock. Those movies were filmed there. The Duke was there. And not just that, you know, there's other movies. Tombstone. Part of the movie Tombstone was filmed there. And actually, Santee was the one that told me, I think, where the Mission Building is. That's where they filmed one of the scenes out of Tombstone. I think the rest of it was filmed in another location, but that's here as well, in Arizona. But that to me is the most powerful aspect. Yeah, just to go where they filmed High Chaparral, it's just wow, it's amazing. There's a lot of stuff that was filmed there. The Villain with Kirk Douglas and Arnold Schwarzenegger and Anne Margaret. But I actually never saw that movie until Santee bought it for me from Bookman's. You guys probably already seen that video. What is Bookman's? Bookman's is pretty cool. But yeah, that was like, that movie was The Villain. I've never seen it until he bought it for me and was like, here, watch this. Great movie. It's like Looney Tunes in real life, if you can imagine. So it's a really good comedy. I like it a lot. It went right into my Western collection, which I should do a video one day and update you guys, because I did do some videos on it, but I should show you some more of it. I've been buying some more stuff. In fact, a really kind comment came through from Lion Quest Fitness. I don't know if he watches this channel, but he messages me, sent me a message prior to watching the JW's radio that we did in at Dust Trails Town, Dust Trails and Friends, that radio episode. Santee and I were out there. I talked about Marlon Brando and the movie Missouri Breaks. I actually really liked Marlon Brando in that because he was so weird. I like that kind of stuff. I don't know, that's just me. I guess I'm just kind of that person, but yeah, I like characters like that. It's just eccentric, it's off the cuff, it has no direction, no point. Very much like, now I like a lot of old movies, but I will say this, there is a modern movie that I like ultimately. I really like this movie a lot, and this movie in question is called No Country for Old Men. It's based on the book by McCormack McCarthy, and I have not read the book. I've been looking for the book, and out here, Bookman's, it seems I haven't really actually looked hard, but I get spoiled when you just go on Amazon and just click buy it. But I've been wanting to get the book because I wanted to read it, but The movie is spectacular. I really like it. The message in the movie is, I think, the most frightening thing ever because it's so true. It's and then if you think about the concept of, it's pretty much good and evil. It's like, wow, you know, it's this entity of evil that exists, and he has no soul, like, at all. He's just there, and he's just doing horrible things and just keeps going and has no thoughts about it. There's elements in it that show you that he truly is just evil. Tommy Lee Jones, they couldn't have picked a better actor to play that part, even though you could almost say it's like typical or typecasting him, but they couldn't have done it without him. That needed him, and I'm glad they chose him. Even right down to Josh Brolin. Josh Brolin, it made me really like Josh Brolin. I only remember seeing him from that Robert Rodriguez splatter fest called Planet Terror. If you're not into horror and gore, then skip it, because that's about all it is. Sorry, Rodriguez. But yes, a lot of movies, to me, the new movies just really don't have the punch that the old ones do. Like, there's very few new movies I'll sit down and watch over and over again, like I do with my older flicks that I like. So, but yeah, anyway, what I was trying to say and get to is, in No Country for Old Men, Javier Bardem, he was an actor that I never heard of, and I believe most of us never even heard of until that movie. He plays the Sugar character. He plays the evil entity. He played it so well, it's unbelievable. It's like, wow, it's shocking to see that. He was so just kind of quirky in a sense, but nowhere. I mean, obviously nowhere near as outlandish as Marlon Brando in Missouri Breaks. But he's just one of those characters that stuck with you. It's just, and that's why I like Missouri Breaks, is because when you think of that, those who've seen it, they just think, oh, that Marlon Brando one, that one day, he's, because he really is weird in that one, and that's why I like it. I like that stuff. It sticks with you. It's kind of like Jack Nicholson in The Shining. I mean, Jack just basically turned the volume up to 10 and went with it. Jack is a great actor, despite what people, have said about him. Saying, oh, they pan his performance in The Shining. It's like, come on. I mean, The Shining, Chinatown, as good as it gets, Bucket List. You just, I mean, the evidence is all over the place. I don't like it when they scrutinize actors like that actually truly has talent, and then yet you're sitting there telling me that other actors like Matt Damon's an actor or Mark Wahlberg's an actor. Okay. That just tells me our actors are dying off fast, and there ain't many of them left. Okay. But yeah, Arizona's been pretty nice, you guys. I've been enjoying it. It's Arizona has welcomed me with open arms. It is saying that make yourself at home. We're going to try to do our best to take care of you. As far as job-wise, I have been working. I've been working in marketing expo thing. It's not what I wanted to do, but you know what? It's not a bad gig. It pays well. So I've been getting a little bit of income with that, so I'm able to spend a little bit of money without fearing that there's nothing coming in. Now, don't get me wrong, I'm not rich. I don't have a ton of money coming in, but it's a little something. There's a little bit of money coming in, very little, but it's enough to keep afloat, buy some groceries, and if I really wanted to, which I shouldn't, but I guess I could make a little purchase, but anyway, yeah. Bought the Winchester shotgun here, the 1897. I sold a gun to buy it. I know the collector's sacrilege, but the way I looked at it was, I felt comfortable with selling something to gain some money to buy something that I'm probably going to enjoy more. So that's kind of how it is and how it goes. So I know it's an old gun, but it's just, it was a bucket list gun for me. I really wanted an original Winchester. Ever since I saw the movie Bullet with Steve McQueen. This is what the bad guy uses, Winchester 97. And of course the Wild Bunch. The Wild Bunch is also really neat. And well, the movie we were just talking about, No Country for Old Men. Josh Brolin has an 1897 Winchester shotgun. Really neat. But it's a cool shotgun. The Wild Bunch is one of my favorite movies. The Wild Bunch has changed, if you ask me, changed cinematic history as far as violence goes, because that movie took it over the top. Sam Peckinpah really pushed the envelope on that, and I think if it wasn't for that, there wouldn't have been what there was in the 70s. Because if you think about Wild Bunch, and I've talked about this before, 1969, for those of you who've seen The Wild Bunch, I think most of you watching this have seen The Wild Bunch. That was the amount of graphic violence in that movie, and of course with the twist to how Peckinpah films with those cut sequences, which is just amazing. Really captivates you, and it also changed a lot of things. I think it changed the game for that kind of stuff, because after that, if you look at movies that came out after that, even The Duke, even John Wayne movies, if you think about 1969 and The Wild Bunch, and then right there early 70s Big Jake came out with John Wayne. That entire McCandless Ranch invasion, it's extremely gory for a John Wayne movie. So yeah, I think The Wild Bunch had a lot of influence on a lot of things, because throughout the 70s, that's when you start seeing a lot more blood in movies. The violence got a little bit more surreal. So I like to say Peckinpah and The Wild Bunch had a lot to do with that. I think so. So anyway. Yeah, I'm gonna wrap this up and get out of here. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it. Shotgun, coffee and a shotgun. Always bring out a shotgun. I actually, for a long time there, I didn't have a shotgun. They came and gone for me. In fact, I used to have a Norinco trench gun, very much like this Winchester 97. It had the heat shield and all that stuff on it. It was neat. I actually grew to not like the heat shield bit in the bayonet lug. That was the thing. I started to not like that part of the shotgun. It was neat. It was good. It worked. In some aspects, I wish I would have kept it. But there again, you live and learn. But who's got that is actually Cody. I sold that to Cody. I've been meaning to have him before I left Hawaii. I wanted to do a video with it, but there's a lot of things that when I left Hawaii. It was kind of like a lot of things were rushing and going, and that's another shotgun and a coffee, or coffee and a shotgun, whichever one you say it. I'll talk about that. So, but anyway, for now, that's gonna be it. I hope you enjoyed this little video, and I'll do more of them right here on the Combat 86 Radio Show. Thank you for all of you that are watching. Thank you for your support. I know I'm really proud to be able to share a lot of my life with you right here. It's really awesome. And Bob, I will let me see what I can do about the that place, the Dust Trail Town. That's where the John Wayne coffee mugs are. Let me see what I can do. And yeah, everybody that watches, I know there's a lot of you. They're watching. Joe, I know you're watching. So, cheers. Thank you. This is my favorite coffee cup, as you know, and this is going to be the one right here. Thank you, guys.